I don't really know where I came from. They said that they found me in a market and that no one had claimed me. I was left there, and they guessed I was about a day old. They put me in an orphanage, and I stayed in that orphanage for about 18 months until I was adopted. My mom and my dad couldn't have children. My dad had 2 kids of his own, but my mom really wanted children. That's something that she really desired for herself. She always dreamed about being a mom, and my parents' cousins were in China at the time. And so I think that's what really led my mom to adopt from China. They adopted me May 9th. That's called my Gotcha Day. That's kind of the special day that adoptees celebrate being adopted and coming into a new family. My parents said that I was very stressed looking. That's the best way to describe it. They thought I looked terrified, which I probably was. It was never a secret in my family. I'm Asian, they're white, so it was very obvious that I didn't biologically belong to them, but I've always felt very close to them. Sometimes I felt different from my peers. I think it's difficult growing up in a community with not as much Asian representation. My best friend, we were adopted from the same orphanage. We're some of the only Asians in our school. You could literally count on one hand all the Asians. So growing up, I think I did have some identity issues. I didn't look like the other kids in my class. There's a lot of different beauty standards for Western culture. And I think that was very difficult to navigate. Would I meet my birth parents today? I think I would. I did a 23andMe test, and I found 2 cousins that I ended up reaching out to. I think that adoptees have a sense of community. When you meet somebody who's adopted, you just instantly connect with them. You understand what they've been through. I want to share my story about being adopted. I'm working on a book that I hope will someday be released about adoption and what that looks like in a Christian family. And I want people who are considering to adopt really look into what that means. There's a lot of types of adoptions and the way that adoptees will respond to their adoption, and that's just something that I think families don't consider. I look at my adoption story a little bit differently now. I think before it's something that I didn't necessarily feel like it was part of me. It was definitely I'm adopted, but it also didn't really feel like I was taking ownership of that story. So taking ownership of my story is something that I really had to grow into my adulthood.